Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you 20 amazing mods for Minecraft version 1.20.1 or 1.21. Let's head into the video. And we start off with Seamoths, which is, to be honest, a pretty simple mod. This mod will just add the legendary Seamoth from Subnauticraft to Minecraft. You can craft your new vehicle and explore the depths of your world, venturing out to shipwrecks, ocean monuments and more. I have already shown you a few mods, including vehicles like this in the past, but usually not as a standalone mod, but included with others. The vehicle is easy to steer, although it could add some more intuitive upward and downward steering and animations. Hollowmarch is a mod with just 1500 downloads at the moment, and when I first saw this mod, I expected it to just be a structure generation mod, so nothing really different to the dozens of mods adding beautifully made structures. However, this mod does not only introduce new dungeons to your world that look pretty nice, but there are also a couple of mobs, weapons and armors that you can find by exploring these new structures. What I particularly like about this mod is that the buildings do not only look great from the outside, but especially the interior is amazing and feels more real in a sense. Because it is not a standard crafting table, bookshelf and furnace interior design. The only downside I've noticed while using this mod is that the structures sometimes spawned in locations that somewhat broke the terrain generation, so it was clearly visible that terrain was cut off where the structure spawned. Invincible Conquest is a mod based on a successful series called, Invincible. This mod is basically a superhero mod, but simply adds the characters or creatures of the series to the game. There are a few new dimensions or planets you can travel to and which you can explore, but even though they look pretty cool and unique, I'm not sure how much exploration you can actually do there, as they don't seem to have as much variety like the Nether or Overworld. Of course, the mod is centered around the superheroes, villains and their abilities. You can choose a species and slowly level up your skills to get stronger and learn more different abilities that you can use to fight your opponents. The range of classes you can choose from is still pretty limited, and also the abilities themselves lacked a bit of variety in comparison to other mods, in my opinion. Still, a great mod for all fans. The Great Outdoors is a kind of mod that has been pretty rare lately, and it will basically add a new biome and all the content that comes with it. New blocks, plants, mobs, wood and more. At the moment, it only adds a single biome, which is pretty cool. The geyser fields stand out because of the hot springs and other geothermal features, making them stand out compared to all the other common biomes you know. You can find a new visitor center and an observation tower. And this new biome is inhabited by a range of animals, like pumas, pronghorns, snakes or even bears. What I definitely like about the animals in this mod is that they look vivid, breathing and they fit great into vanilla. Also, the new geysers look amazing. Besides that, the mod reminds me of other mods like Ecologics, which are super vanilla friendly, introduce some variety, but are not extremely life-changing. In itself, it is a great mod that is fully thought out, which I like. Star Wars Galaxy in a Cube is, as the name already suggests, a new Star Wars mod that will introduce the exciting world of a galaxy far, far away to the game. The mod is fairly new, but already adds a bunch of content to the game, like droids, clones, clone armor and weapons, lightsabers, and even a few vehicles, like AT-STs or a Jedi Starfighter. And I have to say, in terms of visuals, I think the mod is pretty great. The models of the droids, blasters and also vehicles like the Starfighter just look really detailed and still have that Minecraft feel to them. The lightsabers are sometimes too large and I don't like the flicker that much, but they're still pretty good. Only the clone armors could use an overhaul in my opinion. Still, for such a small mod, the quality is really great. And I'm actually a bit sad that there are so many different Star Wars mods out there, like Party Star Wars mod, this one and the others, all of which have some really well made components. But if they would merge together, we could have a super high quality, a promising mod. Next, we have Mofu's Subnauticraft, and this mod has also just been released 2 weeks ago. And as of this moment, the mod just adds a single new creature to the game that is based on the Subnautica game, the Reaper Leviathan. This underwater monster can be encountered in most deep oceans, and it looks super terrifying. Also, the sound design will definitely make you feel uneasy, as it regularly gives off screams throughout the ocean. As it often is with the large creatures, they can sometimes seem a bit buggy, moving into walls and so on. I really like the mob model of the Leviathan, and even though it is just a single creature, it creates a much scarier atmosphere, knowing that something like this could be waiting at the bottom of the ocean. The next mod on the list is Shrapnel Explosions Overhaul, and this mod will not inherently change the content of the game a lot, but add some more cool characteristics to explosions. Now, when an explosion occurs, blocks can shatter into fragments that can deal damage or penetrate obstacles. So this will not only change your visuals a bit, but have an actual impact on the game, which is pretty cool. There will even be some impact marks on the places the fragments smash into. A super cool mod. However, I'm unsure about the performance impact when using this mod, for example on servers, or with other mods that cause many explosions in the game. Next, there's Illager structures, and this mod is 3 weeks old at the time of writing. Illager structures are nothing groundbreaking in the Minecraft modding community at this point, but especially when the structures look as nice as in this mod, we should take a closer look. This mod includes a large variety of buildings like Illager forts, stables, towers, smelteries, monasteries, citadels, and many more. Some are like your casual Minecraft medieval castles or taverns, while others also remind me of mods like ARKANE because of their design. The structures do not only look good on the outside, but also the feeling while exploring the buildings is simply great, and they fit into the world. They have the perfect balance between details and a vanilla-ish feel to them. The most important thing is what you see. If you like it, check it out. Next, we have fancy world animations, and this mod is quite interesting as it will bring a bunch of new animations to your vanilla content, making your world feel smooth and more alive. With this mod, blocks like doors, trapdoors, fence gates, buttons, levers, and many more will have smooth moving animations instead of just switching from one state to another. Even taking and inserting books from a bookshelf looks cool now, but what is probably the coolest feature are the new swinging lanterns, which will give you a completely different vibe. Zelda Hyrule Terrors will bring the magical world of Zelda into your Minecraft adventures. This mod will introduce new enemies, armors, weapons, and structures to the game. There are bokoblins, lizardfolds, chuchus, keezes, and especially the weapons look really cool with cool animations and 3D models. This mod doesn't give off the vibe of a worn down and dark fantasy adventure, as you would maybe expect from a Game of Thrones or Dark Souls mod, but it is really colorful and bright, like in a magical world such as Zelda, Mario, Animal Crossing, I don't know. Personally, I don't really play mods like these a lot, because I prefer a more gritty and realistic vibe. Still a great mod. Midnight Thoughts is a mod that will overhaul your normal simple Minecraft sleep mechanic and will make it more realistic. And I have to say, I love this mod. First of all, now as you sleep, you will dream of random facts, and if you are in your cozy bed, in your own house, you will wake up the next morning rested, with positive effects like speed, strength and so on, which will decrease during the day. If you sleep in scary places, like a cave, you might not be able to sleep altogether or have nightmares, resulting in not getting any positive effects. A super cool and creative concept that could be a cool addition for any mod pack in my opinion, to add some more realism. The next mod on the list is Trial Guardians. This mod will introduce 3 bosses in the new generated trial chambers. These bosses, the Phoenix, Minotaur and the Hydra, have different abilities and you can face them to get some nice loot. This mod is also quite new, a few weeks old, and promising. However, it also has some downsides. The dungeons themselves look too simple and boring in my opinion, as they do not have many details, which I feel should definitely change. The bosses' attack patterns also don't feel as smooth and organic yet, and you can't follow them really well. So still some room for improvement, but looking forward to the further development. Up next, we have a mod called Villager Retaliation. What if you attack villagers, as some of you have probably already done in the past, and they suddenly fight back? This is the premise of Villager Retaliation. With this mod installed, villagers will defend themselves, react to crimes, use profession-based combat roles, and they will remember you for every good deed or evil behavior. Now, villagers will be able to fight hostile monsters with the tools at their disposal. Also, you can now speak with them in a really cool interface, gift them items and much more. This mod has a super high quality interfaces to use it and is a really nice change to the boring villagers you know from vanilla. Something between mods like Villager Recruits and MCA Reborn, and vanilla villages. Oritech. I just showcased this mod for beginners, so I thought I would include it here as well, and anyone who wants to do a deep dive can check out my showcase of the mod. This mod is most likely the second or even most popular Minecraft technology mod out there, collecting more than 10 million downloads in just a year. It introduces new processing machines, farming machines, quarries, logistics systems, and even gear like powerful armor, super useful tools, and much more. You can build anything from a nuclear reactor to a particle accelerator, or even a drone transportation system. But this mod does not only stand out because of its large range of cool applications. What is truly great about it are the animations the machines will display while working and while being assembled. The mod is simply gorgeous and has a top tier quality, ranking among the best Minecraft mods ever developed. Of course, you can use it together with Create or Mechanism, the two other great contenders for processing, logistics and so on, but I usually prefer just playing with one of these mods in order to keep it clean. Next, we have a mod called ARKANE Domains, and this mod has been around for more than a year now and is still being updated. It adds new powerful bosses to your Minecraft world that can be encountered in all kinds of biomes. There's the Savage Druid, which uses magical spells and can summon creatures like trees to fight you. Underground, you might find the Cursed Pharaoh, which will try to slay you together with its undead soldiers. And there's the Dark Shaman that does other magical stuff. In terms of mob models, I really like the Savage Druid, but for example the Dark Shaman could use a rework in my opinion. I like the idea of having some medium difficulty boss fights all around your world, adding some more excitement to exploration, although some of the fights were already pretty difficult and the attack patterns of the bosses were not that easy to understand. Personally, I would still prefer a more simple boss fight design, but more detailed boss models like the Druid. Still, cool mod. For our next mod, we have Loot Journal, Pickup Notifier, and this mod is made by Obscuria, one of the most talented mod developers out there, and the creator of Aquamarine. This mod is super simple, and it will show you notifications about the items you just picked up, and can even show the items other players on your server picked up. The mod is fully customizable, and these notifications are not only useful, but they are also somewhat satisfying to see, in my opinion. Pillager Caravans is another mod made by Obscuria that has been around for half a year at this point. It will introduce convoys guarded by pillagers, vindicators and even ravagers to your Minecraft world. These caravans travel across biomes with changing cargo depending on the biome, so instead of your common free pillagers that you might sometimes encounter, you will find actual caravans with some loot as reward if you defeat them. This adds some variety and makes the world feel more alive. Flimsy torches is a mod that will only add a tiny mechanic, which is somewhat cool, but can also be kind of annoying, to be honest. With this mod installed, torches will slowly burn down until they are fully depleted, so kind of like real torches. The same goes for lanterns. The speed they burn down at can be fully configured. What you see here is sped up a lot. So a cool concept, especially for exploring caves and so on, but for your base it could be pretty annoying. The last mod on the list is Better Fishtanks, and this mod is a really cool concept as well that I was waiting for quite some time. Now you can build huge fish tanks, fill them with water and add some fish to them or decoration blocks to include some more life and variety. So pretty cool for decorative upgrades of your home base. However, the mod is still a bit buggy, as the fish sometimes bug out of the fish tank, and also the user interface is not really intuitive yet. Still, with some fixes, it could be amazing. This is it for this video. You can find the links to all of the mods in the description below. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos like this in the future, feel free to leave a like, comment or subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.